Hi, friends. Ra asked me a couple questions. Could small intestine problems be caused by unbalanced vegan diet for many, many years? And the second, if she will start to, or she will start to eat carbohydrates, protein, and fruits and vegetables again, would the problem be reversed? I also will say a couple of words about how long it will take and how you're going to do that. So let's go and answer those questions. We assume that Ra was on a vegan diet for many, many years. I'm not going to elaborate on vegan diet. I just want to say it is very low on protein intake because there is no meat, fish there. There are no dairies, eggs. As a result, a low protein and also high in fibers. The common problems with vegetarian and vegan diet particularly is iron deficiency, B12 deficiency. Those problems are very easy to solve. Just take the supplements and you will be okay. However, the low protein intake is not the problem that will it's more subtle. Okay, people do not realize at once that they have a protein deficiency. Okay, also the second is high fiber diet, and that's also will contribute to protein deficiency. I will explain to you in a minute why. So high fiber, the purpose of the fiber in our digestive tract is go there and kind of like a sponge, scratch the digestive tract, clean it, and then because of their structure, they will sit here all kinds of nutrients, chemicals, and they will get excreted out of the digestive tract. Just to remind you, like, for example, when people go to gastroenterologist and the gastroenterologist, oh, you have a constipation, you have this problem, you need to take fibers as a supplement, and they will prescribe Metamucil, right? And then they will specify, they will tell that you have to, it's a powder, you put it in the water, mix it there, and then drink. You have to take it away from food. Why? Because the fibers that you drink in form of Metamucil will absorb on their surface food, and you have to stay away from Metamucil if you take in drugs, because drugs will sit on that fiber and they will get out of your digestive tract and will have a very small, negligent, or almost no effect on your body. So that's the problem, kind of like a problem in this diet. Here on the right, you see a picture. This picture is a protein. Protein is made out of individual amino acids. For example, this one looks like a lady in bikini, right? They are kind of like represented by balls. So this red ball, this and this, it's the same amino acid. Blue is a different one, and gray is different amino acid. So this is example of protein, and this particular example of secretin. So Ra asked me, can you elaborate a little bit more about vegan diet and effect on the small intestine? I have this fantastic video on the topic of small intestine where I said, purpose of the small intestine: digestion, endocrine function, and absorption. On the right, you can see a picture of normal small intestine where there is a villi and deep crypts, and they are all lined with the cells that will produce to digest the food that you bring into small intestine, different kinds of enzymes like peptidase and enterokinase. By the way, all of those enzymes, they're proteins, so made out of amino acids. Endocrine function, secretin, CCK, and enterogastrone. So, and by the way, this picture was a picture of secretin, right? So keep it in mind. And then food get absorbed. Now, let's go to the blackboard for the explanation. What happened when person consumes diet low on protein and high in fibers? So, as always, I already pre-drew the picture, my favorite, of the digestive tract. Here is the mouth with the teeth, esophagus, stomach. there's a stomach, this is the small intestine, this is the large intestine, and we go to the bathroom right here. The whole purpose of the digestive tract is to bring the food in and break it down into small particles. So protein comes into our digestive tract from meat, fish, eggs, dairy, brown rice and beans in case of vegetarian or vegans. And they get broken down. So the long chain of protein broken down and absorbed through the small intestine in form of, this is large intestine, but it's just easy to draw here, in form of amino acids. So this is one type of amino acid. This is the other. This is some kind of other amino acid. They get absorbed through the digestive tract, and they will end up in the bloodstream. This is the bloodstream. And they will flow here in the bloodstream as an individual amino acids, right? This one and this one. And they will get delivered into the cells. And our cells, this is the cell, the nucleus is built out of those proteins. A lot of protein is used in our body. Let's say this is the muscle cells, the muscles that we, those ones that we exercise, they all are built out of amino acids. Cardiac muscle is built out of amino acids. Bone is built out of protein. Yeah, you think about the bone. Oh, it is a lot of calcium. Yes, that's correct. Bone has a lot of calcium, but calcium that sits here in the bone it just cannot flow there in the air. It have to sit on some kind of structure, and the structure is protein structure. So this is the protein structure where the calcium that we put here, calcium through the mouth, is get absorbed here, it was floating here, and then it will go here, and calcium sits right here in the bone, in the protein structure. Now, when you don't put enough protein here in the digestive tract, okay, body have to make a decision. There is not enough protein. What can I do? I can probably cut corners and produce a little bit less. Let's suppose it is small intestine, and you remember the previous picture of the small intestine. Let's draw it like here, right? It has small intestine. It has a huge absorptive surface because it has villi and crypt, villi and crypt, villi and crypts. Okay, so those support here for those villi is made out of protein. Blood vessels that are coming here made out of protein. Enzymes that we produce to digest food made out of protein, as you may remember I just said. So body will say, well, I don't have enough protein to build those digestive enzymes that will digest food. What will happen if you are lack here in the small intestine of digestive enzymes? A lot of food will get, or some food will get undigested. As a result, a lot of food will get lost out of, or nutrients will get lost out of the digestive tract. So suppose you produce less secretin. I said that enzyme that lives here and does endocrine function. The purpose of the secretin in our digestive tract, it has actually several. The one of them is control of production of gastric acid. So locally from here, from small intestine, gives the signal to stomach, either produce more or produce less. If you have less protein here in the bloodstream, less enzymes produced here, and less secretin produced in the small intestine, right here, you don't control production of hydrochloric acid. Okay, so the person is emailing me and asking, well, I have an acid reflux. I'm so happy I'm vegetarian or vegan. The first thing is, well, coming to mind. Do you produce enough of those digestive enzymes to move everything through the digestive tract? Do you produce enough hormones, local hormones to control the production of hydrochloric acid. It also will regulate those secretin that the produce here in the small intestine, will regulate the production of pancreatic juices. The pancreas that is located here will produce amylase, lipase, and protease, okay, to break down fat and break down carbohydrates and protein. So you have less production of those digestive juices from the pancreas because there is no regulation of production. So pancreas will produce less. What's the result? The result is you don't break down the food that you consume. You don't break it down here in the small intestine. Nothing to absorb here. Person become deficient. And body is extremely smart. Okay, body will start to look, are there any organs where I can take amino acids from to produce some other, because we have a lot of enzymes in the body, there are neurotransmitters in the brain, so there are some places the body just cannot cut corners. So it will start to think, maybe I can get it from someplace. The most common place is, not the most, but common place, right, is the muscles. Those muscles. So it will start to break muscles, and breaks the muscles. By breaking muscles, it will release amino acids here into the bloodstream. So those amino acids will go into cells and fulfill other functions in our body. So if it's not coming from here, from the mouth, it will come from other place. It can come from the bone, and it's quite common. I saw several patients in my practice with osteoporosis, young female. One of them went for was a joint injury, and she had X-ray, and she came with the result X-ray. Yes, there was a broken bone there, but on X-ray they brought her attention to the fact at this young age she already has osteoporosis. Why? I said, because person is a vegetarian or was vegan, and to build the bone, it's not only calcium. You need to have a structure for that calcium sit there. If you don't have that structure, no matter how much calcium you try to put there, it's just not going to do the job. Okay. The second point. So this is the problem with the low consumption of the protein. Second problem is it is very high in fibers. So fibers are sponge that goes in, okay, scratches digestive tract, clean everything, and by cleaning that, it just brings on its surface out of the digestive tract. This problem by itself creates two problems. Problem number one, everything that you eat here will sit on those fibers, okay, vitamins, minerals, and they are not going to be released. They will go through the digestive tract, and without being absorbed, they will sit here on the fibers and they will be excreted here. So you are further create a problem of protein deficiency, vitamin and mineral deficiency. The second problem is the bacteria that lives here in the small intestine, in the large intestine, also need to have a right environment. So it needs to have time to reproduce and to digest the food. But because of the high fiber content, transitional time between the time when you put the food here into the mouth and you go to the bathroom, because of the high fiber content, the transition time is shorter. So everything moves faster. Everything moves faster. The faster it moves, the less time to absorb, to digest and to absorb food. So let's go back to PowerPoints, and we will talk about how to fix the problem. One and obvious solution is start to incorporate more protein into your diet. And what I mean is, I had experience with patients, vegetarians and vegans. And when they start to supplement protein in form of pea protein. They don't like whey protein because it's made out of dairy products. So somehow it does not do the job as well as consuming fish, meat, eggs, and maybe a little bit dairy. So what I tell patients, it's probably time to start to change your diet. The keyword is here is do it slowly, because over many years, body adjusts to low consumption of protein, and pancreatic glands, for example, is not going to produce immediately enzymes that will digest protein. So start with fish. Fish protein is easy to digest. Do it every day, little by little, or every other day. Then incorporate beef, it preferably in form of ground beef. Cooked ground beef would be easy to digest in small portions. Then you can, over time, start to incorporate maybe a little bit yogurt and egg, 1 or 2 per week, and see how your body is handling. There is no one answer for everybody. Oh, you have to eat that much and that's how it's going to be. Everybody is individual. You have to experiment and see how your body handling this problem. People experiment with supplements. It's probably a good idea if there is a lot of gas bloating, so you can supplement a little bit of digestive enzymes. And I have some ideas of digestive enzymes, so I'm sure I recommend it to people. Now, people will ask me a question, how long it will take to fix the problems? And the answer is, correct answer, I don't know. Everybody is individual. My experience tells me that when people get off the vegan or vegetarian diet, for some it takes 4 months, for some it takes 6 months. Some need supplements, some don't. It depends how far you depleted your body of protein and digestive enzymes and everything, how much you lost with that. Okay, so I hope, guys, this video is helpful. If you have any questions, ask me here, like, subscribe, and bye-bye for now.